Hey guys, how's it going today? We're out here with the 2016 BMW R1200R, and this is going to be the walk around video here. We talk about the specs and go over the bike, all that kind of stuff, look at everything up close. And then the next video will be the first impression video of this machine. And you might be watching this video once both are out. So go ahead and check out the first impression video after this too, if you'd like. So let's get into it here. We'll go front to back like we normally do and turn it on, listen to the full titanium system on this. This has an Akrapovic, if that's how you say it, full titanium system on it. So let's get into it. Alright guys, here's the R1200R. I think these are really undervalued bikes, especially in my market. I'm up in the Midwest up here in Wisconsin, and these bikes are just really underpriced. These bikes are really expensive when they were new. I don't know if they're like 15 or 18,000 or something like that. I'll have to look it up again, but they were pretty pricey bikes. You can get these on the used market here for 67 grand or so, which is pretty crazy with low miles. This one's got under 6,000 miles on it. This is a 16. So we'll start front to back here. I really like this headlight, this BMW headlight here. As you can see, it's got LEDs here on the side, and then bulbs here. And yeah, it's really good for night riding. It's might be the best headlight I've ever had. I often quote the 19's Speed Triple with the dual headlights. That was really good. And the adaptive one on the R9T, the adaptive headlight was pretty good. But I do like this headlight a lot, and I'll see if I can demonstrate it when I'm on the first impression ride tonight, because it might be getting dark while we're on the ride. So here's the little well, we got a little plastic piece missing here. This is the little windscreen that it comes with. I have a big huge windscreen that came with the bike too, massive windscreen. I'll see if I can get some maybe B footage, or some B-roll footage of that so you can see it, but it's huge and heavy. So I swapped this one out because I don't do a lot of freeway riding, so I swapped it to this little guy here, and it's perfectly fine. Okay, the brakes. 320 millimeter brakes on the front here. These are Brembo calipers, as you can see, and steel braided brake lines. Excellent from the factory, very nice. ABS, you got your ABS wire coming down there, and here's your 320 mil brakes on both sides here. Of course, this bike also has traction control because these BMWs have a ton of tech in them. And the tires are, they're actually mismatched. So the front is a Metzler. This is a Roadtech, I believe. Yeah, the Roadtech Z8 feels pretty good. I like it. The rear is, as long as we're talking about tires, we'll go back here. The rear is a Angel GT, as you can see by the eyes there that Angel GTs have. There it is there. So it's a Pirelli. They both feel good. They're both in good shape. I see no reason to switch them out right now. They're plenty fine for the aggressive riding that I've been doing, or aggressive enough for me anyway. You got a 2-pot Brembo caliper in the back as well, which is nice. A lot of bikes don't have Brembos in the rear. If they do the front, they'll have a different one on the rear, but it says Brembos on it. Here's your shaft drive here. I guess we're not doing exactly front to back, but we're right here anyway. So here's your shaft drive, so you know what that means. No chain maintenance. Got a little bit of wear right there. I think somebody's boot was wearing on that, previous owner. You can kind of tell because of the way that rubs right there. Yeah, so no chain maintenance on this guy. Just got to drain your fluid every once in a while and replace your rear fluid, and then when you have it serviced, they can grease the splines in the shaft here, which you should do because some of them had problems with that in previous years. So Quickshifter on this, you can see right there, bi-directional Quickshifter coming in. Actually doesn't have, you can kind of see the nodule down there, the what do you call it, the control. But yeah, anyway, auto blipper down and quick shifter up. The auto blipper down is absolutely fantastic in this bike. The quick shifter is not quite as good, not quite as smooth in the way up, at least in my experience. Here's the Boxer Twin, big 1200 Boxer Twin here. I think it's actually an 1170 actual size. Little oopsie there, either in the garage or maybe tip over. And this is, of course, a water head. So here's the radiator up here. The water head. Motor here, you're making about 125 horse and about, what is it, 92 foot-pounds of torque, almost 100 foot-pounds of torque. This thing gets up and moves. And this is the fastest boxer twin that I've had. I had an R9T, and that was a oil-cooled motor. It's an oil head. But this thing freaking moves. The R9T was no slouch either. Got a steering dampener up here that you can see, which is nice. If you're gonna pull fat wheelies on this, I'm kidding. I mean, you can if you want to, but I'm not a big wheelie guy. I don't really do wheelies at all. But there's a steering damper if you're gonna go fast and provide a little extra stability for you. Electronic suspension on this guy. So adjustable electronic suspension right here. Yeah, so the suspension is pretty good on this. I would say it's got pretty big fork tubes. It's, how would I describe it? It's plush enough on roads that are kind of rough like they are in this area here. But it's also being adjustable as it is, and I believe it adjusts on the fly as you're riding. I could be mistaken. I'll look that up here. And it feels good. It feels really confidence inspiring on the corners and tipping. I've really never felt like something was going to let loose. It doesn't get all sketchy when you go through a bend and there's like a big bump or something in the middle, like you're an MT-07, you kind of get like thrown around. This is not the case in this bike. It's obviously much bigger and heavier than an MT-07, but the suspension is quite good. Here's the rear suspension here, right there. You also have electronic adjustment going down there. You can adjust this for whether you have a passenger or not, and that will electronically adjust the preload, which is pretty fantastic. Here is that Akrapovic titanium right there, and I believe it is a full system from what the previous owner told me. So that's what it looks like. Let's see if I can get you a shot of the underneath here. That's what it looks like underneath. And this comes with a center stand, which is awesome for servicing. So you're going to pull your rear wheel and put some new rubber on, put it up in your center stand. Since this bike obviously doesn't have a dual-sided swing arm, so you can't really put like spools on it and get it up on a spool. So center stand is really good for that. And I have a shad top case with this that came with it. I have it off right now, but this is the mount for it. Got a spot for hard BMW side bags, so desire. No tail tidy in this, just the stock tail still. Rubber foot pegs for passenger and rider. Awesome. What else we got here? Let's see if I can show you where the oil filter is. Kind of in a weird spot. Looks like this exhaust retained the O2 sensor right there. You can see that, which is nice. I mean, if you like that kind of thing. There's your oil filter. So a little bit hard to get to, especially if you're riding the bike and you warmed it up at all. You probably have to take off this little plastic piece here to get to it properly. You could probably maybe get a tool in there without it and take it off, but getting another one in there to replace is probably gonna be almost impossible. So you probably gotta pull this, just a couple bolts to do your oil change. Not too bad for that kind of maintenance. Okay, let's get her started here. Very comfortable seats, by the way. Very, very comfortable seat. I haven't taken a passenger on this yet, but I might in the near future here. So here's the key turn, and by key turn I mean button press, since there is no spot for keys on this machine. This is a keyless unit. So here is the keys right here. The key has to be close to the bike in order for you to ride it. Okay, so with the bike off, if you have the key close to your fuel cap, then you can open it. Interestingly enough, it doesn't let you open the fuel cap if the button is pressed and on. See, so watch. So I'll turn it on here. Bike on. Even though the key is close, to the cap, I cannot open it. Interesting safety feature. All right, so we'll get the bike started. We'll listen to the full titanium exhaust here. Still relatively quiet with this exhaust, but once you get on it, it sounds good. Here's how the motor sounds up close. Got a little tip over there or something from the previous owner. Nothing bad though. Pretty quiet motor for the most part. Okay, here's the exhaust. Once you crank it, it sounds pretty Sounds good, doesn't it? Pretty good for a BMW. My stock Akrapovic on the R9P that I had did not sound this good. Pretty good sound. All right, we'll get it turned off here. Turn it off just normally, like you would press the kill switch, and then this stays on. And there's lots of modes and stuff on this. So I've got this in road mode. Here's the cruise control. Has cruise control. You've got heated grips, which I have used on this on a cold evening coming back. Actually, when I rode this back when I bought it, they work really well. They get super hot. I believe this controls the nav system, which I have the mount for here, but I don't have the nav unit, or I'm not using it. So you get into the modes here. Here's your different trip info right here on your left hand.